The first thing you'll want to do is download the inventory ledger for a specific ASIN. To do this in Seller Central, you'll come to the menu, go down to Reports, and go to Fulfillment. Once you're on this Amazon Fulfillment Reports page, you'll then locate Inventory Ledger under Inventory and ensure that you click on Download. You'll then paste in the specific ASIN you want to pull inventory for. These other fields you can leave at their default state. Specifically, you'll want to keep this at summary view, aggregate report by fulfillment center, and have the date range show the last day or the most recent data. You'll then click Request CSV Download and wait anywhere from a few seconds to a few minutes for Amazon to generate the new report, after which you'll be able to click on Download to export that CSV file. Next, you will then open down that CSV file that has downloaded, and you'll see a number of rows and columns of data. What you'll want to do is simply select any cell of data. You can then use Control A to select all of the data and then copy that data. Next, you'll come to the FC mapping sheet, open up the spreadsheet, and go to the Input Data tab. Here, select cell A1 and paste in that data that you copied from your inventory ledger. Next, go to the State Data tab, and then cell A2, and then go back to the Input tab and select the first FC code, which should be the first cell of FC data underneath the location column, and hit Enter. Then go to the cell B2 under Quantity, again, hit the equal sign, and go back to the Input tab and find this column here called Ending Warehouse. You'll select the first cell of data and then again press Enter. Then you'll want to highlight both cells A2 and B2 and either double click in the bottom right corner or drag down to copy this format down. Now it's worth noting that while our FC directory has over 1,100 different FCs, Amazon is constantly building new fulfillment centers and locations. And so there may be some smaller fulfillment centers where you have a few units that don't have a FC logged in the directory. In these cases, you can either ignore it if it's a small number, or you can choose to Google that fulfillment center. And if you put Amazon plus a fulfillment center code, you'll likely find an address and be able to identify where that inventory is. But next, you'll want to come here and you can go ahead and just select, I like to use Control A, select all of your data, and then go to Insert at the top and select Pivot Table. Hit OK. Then drag the state down to rows and the quantity to values. So again, here, there's a small amount of inventory, 38 of my 1,300 units that are not found, but most of these are mapped to states. So I could either stop here and get a view of where my inventory is by state, but I like to take this one step further and be able to map this out visually. So what I'll do is I will then highlight just these cells with state and quantity data, copy and paste this into a couple of blank columns. Go ahead and give these some names at the top, and then I'm going to select this data again. I'm going to go up to Insert in the top menu, and then under Charts here, I'm going to go to Maps and select Filled Map. And then if you want, you can retitle this. And here you have your map. I can see here on the map the states that have the most inventory of this ASIN, states that have a moderate amount of inventory, and then see all the states that don't have any inventory, and start to get an idea of which regions have a large amount of inventory available for customers, and which regions of the country may be more prone to not having same day, one day delivery promise because it is an area of the country that's further away from the nearest available inventory.